Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm using my Comfy Fit Kit Challenge and playing along with Christy's beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. And this is the sketch from Briana, who is My Life on Paper on YouTube. And I am going to document something a little funny. So that was a picture of a Google map from Peter Lougheed Park to Canmore, because Canmore was the closest hospital. So we were camping. We were there like not very long, and then had to do like a hospital run. So that was fun. My youngest got a bug in her hair, and I guess that's very painful. And we didn't have like one of those bubble syringes, which actually now we do. But if you don't have one, that's like an actually really cool first aid thing that usually comes in like little kid first aid kits, because you use it to clean infant ears, but it's really handy to get a bug out of your ear too, I guess. So that striped paper I have is from Tracy Reed from the Fierce collection. I am going to mat it with black cardstock. I'm going to use this photo, and I'm going to offset it with black cardstock. I am not going to put this on straight. It's going to go all wonky because this was kind of a wonky story. And then with all of those arrows with the sketch, I thought it would be fun to actually play up with those arrows. And I got myself these dies. So this is the first time I'm going to use them. I am definitely going to invest in some wider snippers. Actually, I probably should just talk to my husband because he probably has some. So that I can cut these out a little bit different, because these ones aren't so bad. The first time through did not cut very well, so I'm not going to make you watch me cut all this out, but I run it through 4 times to get a proper cut for these ones, and it was pretty tight, so I'm not entirely sure why, but it is what it is. And it's that medium arrow, and I'll show you this one here, that I would want to cut apart, because yeah, that doesn't make that one work small, but I'll probably work cutting out some of the other ones too, but eventually. Not yet. But yay, I have arrow stuff that I can use now, because if you've watched some of my other channels when I've had arrow things on sketches and those kind of challenges, I'm like, I don't have arrows. Look I have lots of arrows now. Lots of arrows. Yay! So I'm going to do a little bit of weeding, get a little bit of this on, and then I will pop ahead a bit because this kind of gets a little tedious and boring. But so some of them pop out really easily. Some of them don't pop out at all from how they got cut. So I'll just leave them in. So there's some darker ones that didn't really need to be darker. And I'm going to back this large one with the white cardstock, because that is going to be my journaling spot, and it is going to point right to Canmore. Because yeah. So yeah, we were just out camping, just got set up, was great. We're going to have a campfire, we're going to have s'mores. My youngest was sitting by the campfire, and then she was like, oh my God, there's a bug in my ear. We're like, yeah, right, kind of thing. And then we tried to get the bug out, and it got stuck in the wax, and there was screaming and crying. And so we decided that, yep, we probably need to go to emergency. So we went to emergency. And if you're from Alberta, you know that Peter Lougheed has 0 cell service. So you can't even do like the Google Maps to see which hospital is closest. But we figured Canmore was closer than, I think it would have been like Turner Valley, Black Diamond, or Diamond Valley now that it's called. So we went to Canmore, and yeah, screaming child in the truck with the dog and a kid and another kid was not so much fun. But now we can make that work, so it doesn't have to be like that ever again. So literally, it looks like it's a bauble. It's silicone. It squishes. You can puff hair with it. You use it to clean infants' ears and noses and that kind of stuff, I guess it's really great for sucking bugs out of ears when that inevitably happens. So if you don't have one and you camp, might be a good idea to have one in your first aid kit. Of all the things. At least I live in Canada and it didn't cost us anything other than the gas, and they did give a prescription for a solution for her ear, just so it could rinse it out, and so that if the bug left anything in the ear, there wouldn't be an infection. So yeah, so just filling out the rest of these arrows. This actually ends up being a fairly quick video, because I didn't make you watch all of this part of things, just some of it. I wanted to do this justice with how Briana had hers. Briana actually has a layout that's very similar to her sketch on her channel already. It is super cute, so make sure you take a look at it. I'm curious if Briana does another one like this. I'll have to look when this is live. So, yay. Just filling out the last little bits. I do want it kind of like the block she has. And then my title is going to be big and go underneath where that second biggest arrow is. And then I thought this one was cute. That just showed that it's supposed to be 1 hour and 4 minutes. I'm not going to tell you how fast we went because of screaming children and nobody on the roads, but we may have gone a little faster. Maybe. No confessions here. The little one was screaming, "Go faster now, go faster," the whole way there, and like literally screamed. So that was fun. So my title is going to be "Go Much Faster Now," because yeah, that's what she wanted. We didn't go that much faster. And then I didn't cut those corners off of my layout yet, and I should have done that to start with because my R is just a little bit too far over. But I'm going to take the now off, put it back on because I was like, oh, right. And then I'm just going to pop this off for a second so I can cut this off, and then I can put that R back on. And then this is going to get minimal embellishment because all of those arrows are a lot of embellishment already. And the rainbow's kind of fun. So I thought it would be funny to put a couple bug embellishments on. And I'm also have the journaling. So the journaling says, the first night camping, we needed to make an emergency trip to hospital in Canmore. Evie had a bug in the ear. And then looking for bugs. It was actually like a little fly or an aphid. But I don't have any flies or aphids. So I'm going to use a beetle and a dragonfly and call it good. Not that a dragonfly is too big to get in the ear, but at least I hope so. Of all the things. Anywho. So just try to figure out. I do want it to go on the map here. So right there. And then the middle's going to get popped down. I'm going to put a couple of foam dots underneath the wings. And I'm like, I don't know where I put those. So try to figure it out. I could have taken some of this out, I guess, but there we go. And one more. So this will be part of the playlist for Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. Make sure you go see what some of the other creators have done with this sketch. It's such a fun sketch, Briana. Briana will be linked below for her YouTube channel. Make sure you go take a look at her if you haven't yet. She is a phenomenal crafter. And thank you so much for being here today. If you're new to my channel and you liked what I did, please make sure you give me that thumbs up. It really helps. Also, if you comment, I do read all my comments and comment back. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. That would be awesome. Thank you so much for watching today. Have yourself a wonderful day.